apart from the scientific things, as a successful plant scientist, so I just wanna like a journal suggestion for the next generation students. If they face any setback in their life, how they can resolve with that, and how they can deal with that during his journey.
That's a difficult question. I'm a scientist. I'm not a psychologist
Not in
or
in your life
but
experience.
yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I think, look, I think one of the dramas of academia and academic careers and research is that in many cases it's not a team sport, if you like.
Mhm,
It's really there's too many academic structures, whether it's individual teams or labs or even departments, where everyone is on their own and not really interacting with others and being part of a collaborative enterprise. It varies a lot, so there's no point in generalizing here. There's obviously places where that's not the case. But what I find most disheartening is there are many students who come to academia, come to academic research, and sort of quit or get demotivated because they feel they're too lonely. They don't
mhm.
feel they are part of a team, part of a collaboration, etc. Many labs are organized where everyone has an individual project. There's very little horizontal communication and interaction. There are silos. So academic silos. So many labs, so many academic departments, they really operate like silos, not really as a collaborative environment. And that's very sad, and that's really turns off a lot of people, I think. So in my view, I mean, we are social, humans are social. We need support from a community. And I think if you suffer from some setbacks, hopefully you have a community around you that can support you. That can, of course, be your family or personal friends, etc. But that should also be your professional environment. So the professional environments should also be the ones that provide the support necessary. And I really wish, there's that saying, a rising tide raises all boats. And I really wish that was more ingrained in academia. So sometimes you see departments where there's a feud between different professors,
Yeah.
maybe jealousy, etc. They should be thinking more that they're part of the same department, and making their department more successful would benefit everyone, right?
Yeah.
And so that same thinking should go also within any kind of organization, at the level of individual labs, but the level of departments, at the level of university. And I think when you're part of a community like that, it makes you more resilient, and you have some support that allows you to deal with setbacks, hopefully in a better way than if you feel like you're on your own.
Okay, so the last question about the suggestion for the student who want to do the PhD or master, but they are not successful in their application for the first time when they are applying, and how they can deal with the failure. What do you suggest for the younger generation?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think sometimes what I see, I have also a blog post on that, on the topic of doing pre-docs. And I think there is no need to feel that you have to go through the whole undergraduate, master's, PhD all at once, one after the other. I think developing a research expertise, or developing, sorry, not research expertise, but developing expertise beyond even research. Of course, developing more research expertise is good, but working in the lab as a research assistant, or working, even joining a company, or having even other activities that enrich your what you have to offer and enrich your curriculum, can be very helpful, and it will give you more maturity and more experience that will help you probably have a better PhD than if you just rush through the whole thing. So the biggest mistake I find is that too many students rush into doing a PhD, and they don't build additional expertise. And so I have two tips for that. One is, what I have a blog on this also. It's called "Don't Hyper Specialize."
Mm-hmm.
So don't neglect the value of doing things that are outside what you think is directly useful to your PhD. And encourage you to look at that blog because there are examples there of how,
Mm.
again, we were talking earlier about someone maybe who's good at computer games.
Yeah.
They might be able to transfer those skills into doing more visual biology, structural biology, maybe even cell imaging, these sort of things. So don't neglect that. Don't neglect developing skills that are outside what you might think is useful. It's impossible to know what will be useful in 5, 10 years.
Mm.
So the more things you do, be generous in your effort, right? So don't hyper specialize is important. And the second thing that make you resilient is the capacity to move outside your comfort zone. So for sure, no matter what you study, no matter what research you're doing now, no matter what research you do in your PhD, there is no way that in 10, 20 years you'll be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So the most important indicator of success in the long term is the capacity to do something totally different. If I look at my own career, genomics was invented when I was a student. And so at that time, nobody knew even what bioinformatics was.
Mm.
So all of a sudden, we had to learn bioinformatics. That's moving out of your comfort zone. A lot of biologists couldn't make that transition because they just had no idea about computers and coding and command line and these sort of things, right? And now we have structural biology, AlphaFold, and all of that stuff. That's another transition, massive transition in biology towards a very different way of thinking and operating. So there is no question that throughout a career we'll be moving outside our comfort zones. So having evidence of that, building already the capacity to do that early on in your curriculum, that's really important. So don't hyper specialize and develop the capacity of moving out of your comfort zone because you will be doing that. You will be moving out of your comfort zone sooner or later.
Thank you very much, Professor. It's a very nice and useful discussion for younger generation. So I will first create a hype on social media, like a big interview is coming, and then I will post part by part and hope many students will get benefit and will implement in their daily routine when they are approaching professor and when they are building their career as well. And so thank you again. And I hope when I need another interview about something, I will let you know to guide about the new generation, so just to serve humanity. If someone learn from our interview, it will like definitely our task is complete if someone just implement something from our interview.
Of course.
So
Of
thank
course.
you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, and thank you, Sunny, for doing this. It's really valuable, and I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to build your podcast and do these interviews. And I'm sure it's very inspiring to many out there. So all the best to you and to everyone else. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.